Hello everybody, Leone back here today. We're going to do another review. First off, I'd like to welcome all my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. Sorry, got something in my eye here. The hell? Nothing can ever go right. I'm going to do a review like I said. First, I like to hope everybody is warm. Anybody living in Chicagoland, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan area, we have been going through some cold spells. Some very, very bad weather. Had a couple days off work because of it. Things were shut down out here by me. Banks were closed. Major roadways were closed. Finally today it's 35 degrees and it's very warm. So very warm for us. It feels like a day you should be wearing shorts. We're finally out of the cold spell. It was a horrible week that came between getting my car stuck and all kinds of things going on. But nonetheless, it's not about that anyways. Just hope everybody's warm. Stay inside if it's cold where you're at. Don't even bother going outside. It's not worth it. Trust me. Anyways, we're looking at the IGO W. I believe this is the IGO W3 Rebuildable Atomizer. The IGO W3. That's what we're looking at today. Another IGO series atomizer. I feel like IGO is like Kanger. They just keep releasing things. They just don't stop. They keep releasing things. Keep fixing things that don't need to be fixed. It's very similar to the IGO LW. I keep saying W. The I, the L, the W, the I think there's the S, there's the W4, this is the W3. There's so many different ones, but each one's a little bit different, I guess. This one's definitely the differentest of the bunch. This one has a quad coil setup area, so you can put quad coils in here if you're so inclined to. Personally, I've used quad coils and had horrible luck. The atomizer gets extremely hot. It's just really a pain in the butt setting up 4 different coils. Some people may be into it. I tried it just to give it a go. It wasn't for me. But anyways, where are you going to get the IGO W3? I got this actually at a vape meet. Actually, my friend bought it at a vape meet. Didn't like it, so I traded him an RSST atomizer because I don't use them anymore for it, just because I wanted to see what it's all about. And sure enough, I got it. Can't say I'm impressed by it. The options that it gives and everything are pretty good. But yeah, it gives you all the options you're going to ever need. Even though the options may not be set up ideally. It even gives you the airflow options you need without having to drill anything out. Very good adjustability on this. There's some pros and there's definitely some cons with this being a $20 rebuildable. But I mean, if you're looking into get the end-all be-all rebuildables with as many posts as you need, this is pretty good. I mean, it gives you technically 5 posts. You got your 1 positive and your 4 ground, so 5 total posts. So it does give you quite a bit of options. We'll look at that in a minute here. Try to get either a close-up or get it closer to the camera to show you what I'm talking about. But where are you going to get it? Vendors all over the place are selling these between $20 to $30. A good price, I would say, is between $20 and $25 is reasonable for this atomizer in particular. I know my buddy paid $30 at the vape meet for it. You know, it's an interesting concept, so $30 at the time was interesting. Now I know a little bit more about it. Maybe would have told him not to pay $30 for it, but when you're at the moment and whatever, you just pull the trigger when you're at vape meets because you're just having fun. But anyways, I'll have a vape on it real quick. See? This freaking magneto. It does a lot of misfiring lately. I got dual microcoils in here. That's usually my preferred build with cotton. And it's working fine. I mean, it's when the magneto wants to fire. You can see it produces clouds of vapor. The draw is just right for lung kits. Give me a second here. We'll break the camera down and we'll take a look at this a little more closely. Alright, so the IGO W3 is what it's being called according to the label on here. Yes, IGO W3. It's up here in very small writing. Take my drip tip off here and I'll show you what's going on in the deck here. I have it on the magneto cap, so that's not part of the atomizer. Pop the cap off, which usually comes off pretty easily, but that time came off difficult. So you can see here you got a crap ton of posts. 5 posts in total. 4 outer posts and 1 center. I believe the outer ones are your grounds, and your positive post in the center. Now each one of these has a hole that goes through it, so you can see the let's see if we can see the hole. You can see the hole right over here in the post. So each post has a hole, and the center post has 4 holes going through it. So 1 hole on each side, so you can get your leads through. So as far as putting your coil in the post and tightening it down, not a big issue. The issue comes when you actually tighten these screws down on the center post, because you're putting so much wires through that one post, you end up breaking a few of them, and then it ends up coming loose, and then you got to start over again. So that is very annoying. I've had that happen millions of times. This is why I'm running on a dual coil micro coil setup right now. Excuse me, because it works just fine. So you can see exactly how it works there. You got kind of a juice well, but not really, because in that juice well you have these cutouts. There's a slit there. There's a slit there. There's a slit there. There's 4. There's 1 for each coil. So your coil gets airflow. And you can see that coil's going through that slit there, so you can see air gets to it. So yeah, you got plenty of airflow, and those are wide open slots. Now if I set this down for a second, we look at the top cap. So I should put the top cap on here. See the top cap here. You have 2 holes, then you have a slit, then you have a slit, then you have 2 holes, then you have a slit, and then you're back to the slit. Now if you look at these a little bit better here, see all the airflow options. You're like, what the hell is going on? Why is there so many damn holes? Yeah. Well, this gives you adjustability. So when I want it on dual coil setup, I basically take the 2 dotted holes there and I pop it on, aligning with the wick, or with the coil. So now you can see that those 2 there are for 1 coil, and then if I flip it around, these 2 are for the other coil. So that's my airflow, and it's a wide open airflow. I mean, if I put a drip tip on there, that feels like a 2.5 mil airflow hole. So if you know what that feels like, you'll know what those holes feel like. But as you see, when you have it in dual coil, you could actually, these are actually shut off. So the other ones are actually closed. That's closed. That's closed. That's open. That's closed. So the only 2 that are open are the ones you're using airflow out of. So that works fine, so no juice leaks out. But now, when you have it in, let's put the slits. Let's line the slit up with it. When you have the slits lined up, so if you want that as your airflow, which honestly, let me take a little drag out of it, is definitely airier than the 2 holes. We have 3 mil draw. But those, when you line those slits up, they're all open. So even if you're running dual coils, you have 4 airflow slots, 2 that are basically doing nothing. So that causes a problem, because then you leak juice through those other holes there are no coils in. So you're kind of always wiping it off, because there's always juice around. So that's a negative. It's annoying. I mean, I guess there's really no other way around it. It's a quad coil setup. So I always line up the 2 dotted holes, and then it closes off the other ones, so no juice comes through. But if I'm doing a quad, obviously I would line up all 4 slits. It's got a pretty standard base here, sealed 510 connection. It's made of all stainless steel. I do like the look of it. The look is intriguing to me. You kind of grip it from here and pull the top off. So I mean, it kind of gives those ridges so you can grip and pull. The O-rings are not tight. I'll show you up close, not up close, back of the normal camera, what I mean by the O-rings being junky. Drip tips aren't really sitting in there very well. Like, this one's very loose. It'll take much to pull it out. But yeah. I mean, it could be my drip tip too, but I've tried others. They're all loose. So you can see here what I have running. 2 micro coils with some cotton. Very simple build. Performs well. That's it for the close-up stuff. We'll go back up top and talk a little more about it. It performs very well. I mean, it really depends on what you build on it. It's really going to come down to that and how it vapes. I mean, it's all about the coils. I'm going to put some juice in here real quick, some drying up. And by the way, I'm using some Amnesia, which camera won't work when you want to. Amnesia from, what is this from? Roar Vapor. Very good stuff. Very fruity. Very good. 12 milligram nicotine, because I could go lower, but that's all I had, so that's what I'm using. You can see the vapor. Very good. Very good vape. Very good. Just for me, I'll give you my honest opinion, it's not for me. It's too much going on. Too many posts. The posts seem to break the wires. It's leaky. I mean, even when it's in 2 airflow holes open, it's leaky. So you always have juice somewhere, and they're like, I got juice right now. Top cap, let's talk about that, because that's one of the big negatives on this. It's very loose. Of course, now it's not going to do it. But it is very loose. Maybe it's because my O-rings are dried up a bit. But you can see how simple it is to pull this off. I'm barely putting any force on here. A little harder to get on, but a little easier to get off. Look how easy that is. Sometimes when I pull my drip tip off, it actually pulls off the whole cap. So very loose. So that's a negative. The positive, it's affordable. It gives you what you need. It gives you airflow. There's no fiddling really. You build your coil, you set your airflow, and you have vape. And that's what I like about this, and that's why I will recommend this to people. I mean, minus the fact the O-rings are loose, it's $20 atomizer. I mean, what do you expect? So, you know, the $20 atomizer, that's what you're going to get. By $100 atomizer, you still might get that, because some of the high-end stuff still have the same issues. So to sum it all up, this is a good rebuildable. I mean, for 20 bucks, you can't go wrong. If you can get past the part that's a little leaky, and the cap's a little loose, and the drip tips in there a little loose, by all means, go ahead and buy it. I'll have the links below. That's pretty much all I got. You've probably realized by now that the Christmas decorations are down, so you see it's a little bland back here, but I'm going to do something with this wall very soon, since I'm going to be in this apartment for probably another year. I'm not very excited about that, but like I said, that's all I got. Thank you all for watching. If you'd like to subscribe, I'll post a link below. Till next time, live well and vape on, guys. Take care.